Today, we're in Chicago to explore a long-abandoned Hasidic Jewish school, but what we found inside was something that we never expected. Lining the halls and even inside some of the classrooms were posters and displays of communist propaganda. The school's main hallway even contained an entire bulletin board that was completely covered with World War II and Cold War themed Soviet posters that included Russian text that reads "Forward to Communism." Then, in one of the classrooms, there was even a display showing the silhouettes of soldiers raising a Soviet flag in victory. Imagery that I never would have expected to find inside any abandoned private school in the US. But this building actually started its life long before it was a school. It was originally constructed in 1955 as a synagogue that served a Jewish congregation primarily made up of Holocaust survivors and post-war immigrants who settled in Chicago. Then, by the late 1980s, the congregation relocated, and at this point the building was converted into a private Hasidic Jewish school, educating students from preschool through 8th grade with a curriculum focused on religious studies and Jewish history. For decades, students walked these halls every day, studying, learning, and growing up inside the school, until it eventually relocated, leaving this building abandoned and frozen in time ever since. What makes it even more eerie is that the power inside still works, almost like the place was meant to reopen at some point, but instead it's been completely forgotten. Now join us as we venture inside and uncover what's still left behind. Right now, we're in Chicago to explore this abandoned Jewish school with full power and Russian propaganda still left inside. It is a little bit sketchier since there is full power and there might be alarms, but we're gonna get inside right now and see what we can check out. The playground is pretty cool. Right now we're trying to get into this abandoned Jewish/Russian school, but there are active cameras all over the outside and I believe sensors on the inside as well. So it is a little bit more of a sketchy one. Oh yeah. We just got in this Jewish school with the Russian propaganda and stuff pretty much everywhere. So as far as I can tell, these are all literally communist propaganda and Soviet displays up here on the bulletin board. This place is really weird. During World War II, the Soviet Union played a major role in defeating Nazi Germany and ultimately freeing millions of Jews. And because of this history, Hasidic Jewish schools still teach about the Soviet Union in a pretty positive light, which is why we are seeing these posters displayed throughout the school. This hallway is so sick. This classroom's really cool too. So this classroom is also filled with the same type of communist Russian propaganda that we saw in the hallway. You literally got the soldiers raising the Soviet flag up on the one bulletin board over here. And then beside that, you got those Russian dolls. I really do wonder what all of this stuff says. Obviously, I can't read any of it. I only speak English. So then on this board, there's just a pack of crayons and then a bunch of Russian dudes. You can tell that this probably was a history room. Got a map of the US still left in here. It's cool how the vines are just growing over the window completely. Still got the smart board too. Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. So most of the classrooms in here are pretty cleared out. There's no desks or anything like that, but all the lights still work, which is pretty cool. Kind of sketchy. Basketball hoop in the corner is cool. Look how low the water fountains in here are. Yeah, super small. It's like knee level. All the bulletin boards are so weird. Another map of the US in this room. What up, KFJ James? Right there's the front entrance. And then downstairs is an auditorium, but it's been completely stripped out of the seats. Oh, you don't think they had seats, period? Oh shit. Motion sensor. The moment we stepped in the basement, we noticed that we set off a motion sensor. Unsure if the sensor worked or not, we decided that we would finish exploring the school, as all we had left to check out was the old auditorium. It literally looks like we're in the back rooms down here. Yeah, so I guess it never had seats. They just would have pulled chairs out. Oh, there's the Apple computer right there on the floor. Got an ancient Apple computer. Couple more MacBooks, Apple computers right over here. Really old Apple computers. Oh wow, this kitchen is really cool. The colors in here are wild. The ceiling and everything is so outdated. It like screams 60s. The green color too, with the maroon. I can't even read these words. Talmud may enter the kitchen unless accompanied by a rabbi or teacher. Can you read this one? Oh, yeah, can I read that one? Oh, hell yeah. There's hella bikes in here. It must have been taken over by homeless for some time. Today, the school still sits abandoned, gradually falling further into disrepair as time goes on. I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. I thought this was a really interesting one to check out. I never would have expected to find communist propaganda and Soviet displays left behind in any abandoned Chicago school, and I was super hyped to have the opportunity to document it all.